Hey, it's April Davis, PI, May 3rd, 2024. And look what we have here. A courtesy envelope from the bank. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are. Yes, a courtesy envelope from the bank. We are going to do a $1 bill search. We're going to be looking for star notes today and see if we can find anything worthwhile. I'm going to open this in front of you. I have not looked at this yet. Still wrapped. Here we go. And let's see what we have. We just did a little camera adjustment here. So let's see. No? If you guys see anything, please put it in the comments. I am looking for star notes or any type of error bill or any type of special serial number. Well, these are not in the same direction. I'm looking for some Reserve Bank of New York, the B stamp, and I'm looking for the star notes. I actually was able to find one of those error notes that I mentioned in one of my prior videos that I did recently. I'll put that video at the top right hand corner of this video, but I actually found one. I actually found one online and ordered it. And as soon as it arrives in the next couple of days, I'm going to put it in one of the error bill registries, probably the, is it called the Zayer or Zagers Winograd, something like that, the project. I'm going to put it in the project, let's just say that. And hopefully someone will find the match. But in the meantime, it kind of piqued my interest in star notes. You know, I see these occasionally in my change, and I just don't even pull them out because I'm stupid. So, no, I'm not really stupid. But I'm going to start looking for this, you know, like in my change, or occasionally I'll buy a bundle at the bank. If, you know, the worst comes to worst, there's nothing in here, I can just take this 100 and put it right back into the bank. Or I can have garage sale money. What would you do with 100 $1 bills? Yeah, I don't see anything significant so far. You know, I did a video on the $1 star notes, and apparently the first set that was printed in 2014, those were printed in Washington, D.C. at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and then the second set was actually printed in Fort Worth. So there is a little difference on the two bills, on the matching pairs, the error bills. The ones that were printed in 2016 will have the FW mark, like right over here you would see an FW. And, oh, this one has an FW. I don't know if you can see that, but there is an FW there. So that means Fort Worth. So we're looking for any of the B, where the little engraving stamp right here will say B, and that's for the National Reserve Bank of New York. And so the first half of those bills, 6.4 million bills, were released actually in 2014, and then the second half of those bills that were the duplicates were mistakenly ordered in 2016 at the Fort Worth facility. So I've done a lot of research, and I found out that, yeah, the first 6,400, or not 6,400, but 6.4 million were printed at the Washington location, and the second in 2016 were printed at Fort Worth, Texas. Apparently those are the only two places where the Bureau of Engraving and Printing prints the money for the Department of Treasury. And so you'll have one bill from each location, but it'll have the duplicate serial number. And I'm going to start collecting these, and I'm going to put them in the registry, and I'm going to hope that somebody comes through with the match. as these bills get older, you know, it's a series 2013. The U.S. Treasury, they do recycle the bills. They do take them out of circulation often and, you know, destroy them and reprint the money. So the chances of all of the matches being found are probably pretty slim to none. I think I had said in my video that it's like 1/2 of 1% that you could find a match, but in actuality, it's 1/10 of 1% is what I'm hearing. That you would, if you had one of the bills found, that you would find the match. I think it's pretty easy, just the way my brain works math-wise. I was always an ace in school on math. I think it'd be pretty easy to get one. I mean, I got one online that's, you know, supposedly legit. We'll check it when it arrives in a few days. But the 1/10 of 1% part would be to find the other half. And I have read stories online where people have successfully found their matching half in the registry. Now, I would imagine that the registry would then reach out, contact people, and hook the two people up. And I'm sure they want a piece of the pie too. I don't know how that's going to work, but I would definitely be open to making a deal. You know, I did ask this in my other video, but I haven't had any responses yet. If it happened to you and you got a match, would you be a buyer or would you be a seller? Let me know in the comments. If you could find 2 of the duplicate $1 star notes, so you have the DC star note series 2013 but actually printed in 2014, and then you find the one with the FW from Fort Worth that was printed in 2016 and released into circulation in error with duplicate serial numbers. You know, bills are usually expensive or they're valuable because they're rare. But these are valuable because there's 6.4 million of each of these bills with matching serial numbers. So that gives you 12.8 million bills. Oh, here's one with a reserve. It's not a star note, but the Federal Reserve of New York. See, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a B. And then right here, that'll say Series 2013. And we will be looking for star notes, and there are serial numbers. If you watch the video that I had linked earlier, it'll give you the actual serial numbers to look for, because it's not all of them. It's just a certain set of serial numbers where they accidentally made the duplicates. So far, I have found one B, but I have not found a star note. I guess I should, you know, pay attention more to the serial numbers to see if they're like in sequence, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if they're like 99999 or 11111, or, you know, 233223, something like that. Those are all valuable. It'd be great to have something like 000001, or, you know, that would be great. The lower the number, the rarer, the more valuable, I guess. Also, the condition of the bills is very important. Our U.S. paper money doesn't really last very long, and that's why they take these bills out of circulation. The average lifespan in the United States of a $1 bill is only 5.8 years. So, you know, as these are removed from circulation, the chances of getting a match are less and less. I've heard on several YouTube videos that there's only 9 matches in the world. And so far, nobody's being a seller. Everybody's like holding on to their matched bills. But I think I would be a seller. We'll just have to wait and see if it happens. The chances of getting a match, like I said, 1/10 of 1%. And that is corrected from where I mistakenly said 1/2 of 1%. So apparently it's 1/10 of 1%. Now it's easy, I guess, to find the first bill, because as soon as I knew about this, I found the first bill. Actually, I found several online, but I purchased I purchased one. So far, no star notes, but you know, this is interesting because you could go withdraw like as much as you wanted. Just go to the bank and say, hey, I want, you know, 10 stacks of $101 bills. Buy $1,000 worth of bills, search them, and then when you're done, go bring the money back to the bank and deposit it into your account. So hopefully, you know, it's like a raffle. The more tickets you have, the more chances you have of winning. Yeah, I'm just not seeing any star notes in this stack. But, you know, I only have 100 bills here, so, you know, what are the chances? I think the chances could be all right, but from a psychic sense, I don't think it's going to happen today. I wish these bills were, obviously these people were never cashiers, or they would have them in order, these bills, facing the same direction. I had a job once as a kid where I briefly had to be a cashier at a sporting goods store, and all the bills had to be facing in the same direction. And to this day, I still have all my bills facing the same way. It's just like riding a bike. You just never forget that. But I am not seeing what I'm looking for. Wouldn't it be so cool if, oh, there's a B right there. And it's not a 2013, and it doesn't have a star. Darn. I think that's the second B we had in this stack. I wasn't really looking at the Federal Reserve stamp on the left. I've been looking at the right-hand serial numbers. Now sometimes if there's extra ink on these serial numbers, or there's less ink, those, like there's a misprint with the ink, like the machine goes wonky, those are worth more money too. So if there's ink errors, which I don't know a whole lot about, or if there's sequential numbers, consecutive numbers, same numbers, it'll just look kind of funky, you know. And now I've seen so many of these star notes over time, just like in my purse, and like I should have been saving every single star note that I find, because even if there's nothing special about them, they probably are worth $2 or $3. So hey, you know, that's $1 investment, and you've got $2 or $3. Even if they're only worth $2, there's, you know, that's 100% return. That's a lot. Still don't see any star notes. Wow, I hope I don't have a very super long video here and no star notes. But we're going to try this again. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to go get more cash from the bank. They're going to wonder, why is this lady coming in and getting all these $1 bills? The banks don't have as much cash as they usually do. The teller had to buy it from the teller sitting next to him. My gosh, I only asked for $100. He doesn't even have $100 and one's in his tray. Maybe I'll go to a different bank. Better luck. Probably not today, though. At least I have some cash now. I have some garage sale money, or some tip money, or some emergency money. Oh, here's another B. Here's another B note. But it is not a star note. Darn. I've seen a lot of these are stamped 2017, so I guess there's, you know, there's probably not a lot of 2013 bills out there. And just because it's stamped series 2013 doesn't mean it was printed in 2013. They don't change these stamps very often. So the ones before this, before 2017, were series 2013, I believe. I'll have to start paying attention to that. They don't change the plate very often, which is kind of dumb, because when I first saw that date, I thought, oh, it was printed in 2013. But well, here's another B, and this is a Fort Worth B. See right there, there's the FW, FWB. So that's a Fort Worth bill, and that's got the B, but it's 2017A, and it doesn't have the star note. Kind of interesting serial number, 444, but then it just kind of falls off after that. We'll have to see how many B's we've got here, but that means nothing. $1 is $1. But if we can get a match through the registry, because I know I will never be the 1/10 of 1% that will find the match in the wild. That's just would be too impossible. Here's another B. Series 2017. No star. Geez. That's Kelsa. Yeah, it's been 4 or 5 of these B's so far. The little B's are like the reserve, like where they were made. So this is a Series 2017 B. They were actually where they were dispersed, the Bank of New York. See, I can't think when somebody's meowing about 18 hours a day. She wants to go out, but she can't go out because there's coyotes and there's hawks. So here we go. That was a wasted trip to the bank. I'll go through them one more time off camera just to check the serial numbers, but this, there's no star notes. You know, I would love to work in a bank now and be a teller and see like a whole stack of star notes come in, and you know, they're wrapped like this because they're new from the reserve, from the Federal Reserve, because I guess the local banks to serve the public, they get their cash from the reserve. So when the new cash comes floating in, can you imagine if they've got like a whole stack of stars? And it can be on $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100. But the error notes are in the $1 bill range. So that's what we need to find. But as I told you before, go check out my video that I recently did earlier. I'll link it again one more time. You guys click on that and you can see the serial numbers of the bills you need to find. Have a good day.